What's up guys, I'm Hotwood319 and I'm on Xbox Too Much. Thank you for coming back, and today you get the second race of the Gamerz League Central Hot Hatch Cup. This was an amazing tournament and So the location of the second race of the Gamerz League Central Hot Hatch Cup was Prague in the Czech Republic. We are doing the full circuit in reverse. And away we go for race number 2 of the Hot Hatch Cup. We have Mr. Coughlin leading off the line with Merlin Mal and Daddy chasing hard behind him. Merlin Mal instantly going for a move around the outside of Coughlin, and Merlin Mal instantly takes the lead. We see there I'm on Xbox Too Much darting up the inside of Ant Daddy. Merlin Mal has gone wide into the wall. I don't know if there was any contact there. We will have to go back and have a look at that. We can see Ant Daddy and I'm on Xbox Too Much coming through. I'm on Xbox Too Much is up into second place, chasing hard behind Coughlin with Ant Daddy just behind him. They're pushing as hard as they can, but Mr. Coughlin looks to have gotten away. So we get another look at that restart. This time we are going to keep an eye on Merlin Mal. He's on the outside of Mr. Coughlin as we come into the first corner. He gets around the outside, gets himself up into the lead, but then he simply outbrakes himself, coming into that second bend and just runs wide into the barrier. Puts himself all the way down the positions into 12. Okay, so one final look at that start. We are on board this time with I'm on Xbox Too Much as his little Peugeot 308 launches him up the middle of the pack, straight through a number of places. He's come from all the way back in 10th place, and as he makes that move up the inside of Ant Daddy, he gets himself up into, well, a battle for second. He's currently in third with Ant Daddy on the outside of him. He's looking for that manoeuvre. He goes around the outside of Ant Daddy into that corner, cuts across in front of him to secure that position. I'm on Xbox Too Much has just got himself up from 10th place into second. It looks like he's about to lose that position though, as Ant Daddy comes around the outside. He clips off the barrier, tucks straight in behind Ant Daddy. They have a bit of contact. I'm on Xbox Too Much then cuts out wide, comes back in, clips iRace German. That was completely unintentional. I can tell you that because it is myself. We see a massive collision going on just behind, but I'm on Xbox Too Much. He's pushing as hard as he can. That is somebody coming around the outside of him, and he's lost out there. He's got Psycho has got ahead. He managed to stop Quad from getting around. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think Quad hit a barrier or something inside the tunnel. We will go back and have a look at that and see what exactly happened to Quad. But I'm on Xbox Too Much is now in 5th. Okay, so as they come over the bridge now, we're going to keep an eye on Quad to see what exactly happened. He sees the battles going on ahead of him. He sees a massive collision about to happen as they come into the tunnel. There are 3 abreast coming around that right-hander, and there they all collide. Quad gets himself past a lot of them, gets up alongside I'm on Xbox Too Much, but then he's on the outside coming into his corner, and he simply outbrakes himself and goes straight off into the barrier. And now we watch iRace German as he came across the bridge. We will see what happened between him and I'm on Xbox Too Much now. He goes for a move up the inside of I'm on Xbox Too Much, who doesn't know he's there, starts coming in for the corner without knowing iRace German's there, and clips his back end. It was an unfortunate manoeuvre. It was completely unintentional. I send my apologies to iRace German. Crash, if you are watching this video, I sincerely apologise. I did not know you were there as I turned into the right hand side. So that is a massive apology from me. But that did put iRace German all the way back into 9th place. Gally has somehow got himself up into 3rd. Okay, we are on board now with Gallifrey Madman. He's up currently in 4th place. He's battling. He's got Mr. Coughlin just ahead of him. I think he's now got himself into 3rd. He's got past Psycho. He's got Mr. Coughlin just ahead of him. Them 3 are having one hell of a battle. Coughlin is now being split. He's got Gally on one side and Psycho on the other. Gally has got himself up into 2nd place. That is some nice driving. Coughlin is in 3rd currently. Gally is going to push hard. Coughlin is running wide there, and Psycho comes up the inside, and Psycho is able to take both of them on one corner, and that has pushed Gally down into 3rd place. Psycho is now up into 2nd We're going to keep an eye on everything that happens and keep an eye on what goes on with these. We've got 4 people there close on track. We can just see Amon Xbox Too Much in the background as well. He's trying to push as hard as he can to get on the back of them. Amon Xbox Too Much can see he has got Woodle coming up the inside of him. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It looks like Woodle might just get through there. Gally, he's pushing as hard as he can, but as we watch more in the background, Gally is bouncing off the walls. He's losing speed. Amon Xbox Too Much, he's right tucked in behind Coughlin as they come across the bridge. Amon Xbox Too Much, will he have the speed or not? We are watching Gallifrey Madman. We can see in the background Mr. Coughlin has got away from Amon Xbox Too Much. He's managed to stay ahead of him. Amon Xbox Too Much is under pressure. It is all going on here. We are trying to watch battles behind. We see Woodle, I think that was bounced off that wall. But Gally is now able to pull himself through and hold himself in 3rd place as we jump back to the battle with Amon. So we are on board now with Amon Xbox Too Much. He's got Biggie Brown just behind him, followed by Woodle. He's going to push as hard as he can. He doesn't want to lose places. Mr. Coughlin comes off the wall there, and Amon Xbox Too Much was able to get straight past. Biggie Brown is still trying to go around the outside of him. Is he going to make it? It looks like he has indeed. Biggie Brown has got around the outside of Mr. Coughlin there, moved him up. He's going to chase hard on Amon Xbox Too Much. It is a Bath 500 versus Peugeot 308. Who is going to have the power? It looks like Biggie Brown is going to chase up the hill. Is he going to pull to the inside? Amon Xbox Too Much does not have a lot of speed coming around this corner. So as he has to drop off speed, Biggie Brown is going to look for a manoeuvre. And Biggie Brown has Mr. Coughlin right up behind him looking for a manoeuvre as well. It is all going on here. We have 4 cars because Woodle is getting involved as well. Woodle has got past Mr. Coughlin. Is Woodle going to instantly try and attack Biggie Brown, or is Biggie Brown going to be able to go for an attack on Amon Xbox Too Much? We are sticking with this battle as it's all going on. Amon Xbox Too Much sliding it around that corner. Woodle is pressing Biggie Brown hard. Biggie Brown looking to come around the inside. Biggie Brown gets past Amon Xbox Too Much. Woodle instantly tucks in behind Amon Xbox Too Much. They are both going to look to try and get past him. Are they both going to be able to? Woodle is pressing hard. Amon Xbox Too Much trying to come back around the outside of Biggie Brown now. Is he going to be able to do that? It leaves a space open on the inside. Woodle is not able to do it, but Amon Xbox Too Much gets up the inside of Biggie Brown. Doesn't manage to get through. Woodle now comes up the inside of Amon Xbox Too Much. And they come across. There is a massive collision there. Amon Xbox Too Much spins off the barrier. I'm not sure what quite happened there. We will go back and get a look at that in just a moment, as Amon Xbox Too Much loses a number of places and ends up down in 6th place with Biggie Broside. So we're on board now with Amon Xbox Too Much. We can see Biggie Brown just ahead of him. We can see Woodle in the rear view mirror. He's pushing as hard as he can. He's looking for a manoeuvre. He looks to the outside of Biggie Brown, goes hard on the brakes. Biggie comes through him. He goes up the inside of Biggie. He holds it as tight as he can around there. They have a little bit of contact, but he gets himself up and running again. And Woodle suddenly appears on his outside, pushes him into the barrier. He gets a big hit as well from the back end. There wasn't much could be done. He sort of turned into Woodle a little bit without realising where Woodle was. He was on the blind side, but Woodle got away clean, which is the main thing. It was Amon Xbox Too Much primarily that turned into Woodle, and Woodle was the one that got away clean. So that is what we do like to see, that Woodle was not badly affected by that. It was Amon Xbox Too Much that lost out in all those positions. He now has, though, Biggie Broside just behind him. If we start to change these cameras and have a little look around, we can see iRace German just ahead, with Gallifrey Madman ahead of him. Biggie Broside trying to chase hard behind. We are going to have a champion. So here we are now, Amon Xbox Too Much looking to try and get up the inside of iRace German. He's looking for a manoeuvre. He's got that Abarth right ahead of him, with also Gallifrey Madman in his Escort Cosworth just there as well. They go around, they clip off somebody who was parked on track, but they get through, and Amon Xbox Too Much is still pushing hard to try and get past iRace German. iRace German is just up ahead of him, with he's got Biggie Broside right behind him. There's a battle of 4 of them going along. It is Gallifrey Madman, iRace German, Amon Xbox Too Much and Biggie Broside. It is a tough battle. They are all good drivers showing some good speed. iRace German looking to try and line up Gally on the inside. Is he going to be able to get through? Looks like he has got through up the inside of Gallifrey Madman. Is he going to have the run out the corner? That Escort Cosmos has some really good speed. Gally has got back at him and got back past iRace German. I'm an Xbox too much pushing as hard as he can on iRace German. Is he going to look for a manoeuvre? He gets as tight as he can there, slipstreams in, comes into the corner, goes up the inside. Is he going to get through? They're 3 abreast now. Oh, he just doesn't manage to get through. Doesn't get up alongside him well enough. On the run now, down to cross the start-finish line. And I'm an Xbox too much pushing as hard as he can, looking for every manoeuvre he can around iRace German, doing whatever he can to try and get past. He's not able to do so still at the moment. Gallifrey Madman is still holding himself well in that position. So Gally is in 5th, iRace German is in 6th with I'm an Xbox too much in 7th. He has Biggie Broside clips a barrier and puts himself sideways. I'm an Xbox too much clips off a couple of barriers as they come into that section as well, clips on that outside wall. He's losing some time now. iRace German getting off up ahead, and while that is going on, you can see he's just lost that position to iRace German. So we're on board now with Gallifrey Madman. We can see he has just lost out on 5th place to iRace German. He's going to push as hard as he can behind him, do everything he can to try and get back past. However, with driving like that, it's not going to happen. He runs wide on that corner. That has gone wrong for him around there. He's doing everything he can now to try and get back. He's got I'm an Xbox too much doing everything he can to chase from behind. But I'm an Xbox too much actually looks like he is dropping back from this battle. He's going to try and chase down iRace German. I'm an Xbox too much scrapes along that barrier, loses a big chunk of speed. It doesn't look like Gally is going to be able to utilise the extra power he has in that Ford. He's doing everything he can. Let's see what he can do through this little section. He comes around this right-hander. That he drops back a little bit from iRace German as they come around the corner, but on the run out of it, the extra power he has allows him to close that gap up. Is he going to be able to close up tight enough as they come into this double left-hander? Let's have a little look as they come up to the corner. He gets himself close, but not close enough. He can't try and line up a manoeuvre. So we are now watching Andaddy as he comes into the final couple of corners. He's going to come through to win. It looks like he's well ahead of Woodle. He has himself a nice little lead. He comes through the double left-hander. Not far to go for Andaddy now. He is in the final sector of the circuit. He has had a really good race this race round, and he comes through this little section and across the line to win. So up at the front we have seen Andaddy come across the line for victory with Woodle in 2nd place, iRace German 3rd and Biggie Brown took 4th. But what we have here on the final lap is an epic duel going on between Biggie Brosai and I'm an Xbox too much. I'm an Xbox too much is in his Peugeot 308 with his France livery on it due to the atrocities that happened on Friday night. This event of course took place the following night, so he did a tribute paint job and he is being chased now by Biggie Brosai. He has took that 5th place off him. Biggie Brosai is not going to let him go. He is not going to give up on that position. They are going to push through this entire lap. I'm an Xbox too much. Looks like he's getting a little bit of a lead ahead of him. Looks like he is pulling away slightly, but they are coming into the faster section of the circuit where the extra power of Biggie Brosai's Ford Escort Cosworth is going to allow him to close back and try to retake that position. Biggie Brosai had that 5th place. He's right on the back of I'm an Xbox too much now. Is he going to be able to out-handle him through these corners? Or will the Peugeot 308 be able to hold him off? They come around that right-hander. Biggie Brosai looks to the outside. He looks, he gets up, he gets alongside and goes through into 5th place. I'm an Xbox too much right behind him. Is he going to make a manoeuvre? He pulls to the left. He looks up the inside into this double left-hander. I'm an Xbox too much trying to squeeze his way through. He just gets it up the inside. They keep it nice and clean. He just touches ahead. Ew, they come for a run now to the line. They are pretty much side by side. They are neck and neck. It is a sprint and across the line it's I'm an Xbox too much just in 5th place. Only just ahead of Biggie Brosai. To round out the positions, it was then Quad in 7th with Merlin Mal 8th, Gallifrey Madman in 9th, Mr. Coughlin in 10th place, Brooksy finished 11th, Udepit in 12th, Psycho in 13th and Granville in 14th place. But that was race 2 of the Gamers League Central Hot Hatch Cup. I hope you've enjoyed. Do remember, check out GamersLeagueCentral.com. Also check out the Google Plus community, XMGP and the Forza Racing Network on Facebook. If you're a FIFA player, check out FIFAClanLeagues.engine.com. Please drop a big thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you are not subscribed. For now, I have been on Xbox Too Much, and I shall see you all next time.